Alright guys, hey, welcome back to another episode of Scrotitus Plays Feed the Beast. This is Scrotitus and we are hanging out, well, for the time being, right next to what we worked on last episode, which was our Auto AFKXP farm. We got, I think that's Philip. I don't remember if we ever gave him a name or not. Our melee turtle, and I wanted to show you real quick what we did with our enchantment area. It's really basic, but we have the maximum amount of needed bookshelves, and we just have a little stair here. We got the Zycraft blocks that we crafted, and an enchantment table in the middle. And I've been busy getting all our enchantments up to place. Check out the bow. Power 3, Flame 1, Infinity. So that's pretty awesome. Can't enchant sticks. But yeah, I wanted to show you that, guys, real quick before we get into today's episode, which is going to be turtle programming. I did a really basic tutorial of turtle programming back in the days of the Tekkit series that I had. And we're replanting some wood. We're going to need a lot for a future project. But anyway, back on target here, guys. I did a turtle program just back in the Tekkit series. Real basic stuff with conditions and loops, covering that kind of, like I said, general basic stuff. So today I thought we'd cover, I wrote a couple of mining, oh, you know what? I don't have my jetpack on. I wrote a couple of mining programs that I'd like to show you guys. One is for branch mining, and we'll go over that one first. And the second one is for strip mining. If you guys aren't familiar with what those two types of mining are, a branch mine is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's a mine that just, there's a main vein in the middle and then branches off to either side. And then a strip mine is something that's just like pulling a piece of, or pulling a sticker off a piece of paper. You just sort of strip the whole top off. I have a 2-year-old son, so we have a lot of stickers. That's my frame of reference for that one, guys. So anyway, let's get down here to where our main mining operation is. If we're going to do mining, branch or strip mining, we might as well do it down at diamond level, right, guys? Get some awesomeness out of it. So I still need to actually do some serious mining in exploring in that mine shaft. Haven't done much at all. But yeah, so here we are, guys. We're down here at our branch mine, and this is what I mean. There's a main shaft in the middle, and then it goes off in all these directions on either side with what else other than branches. All right. So let's go ahead and get right into it, guys. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm putting them down 3 over from here. I'm sorry, not 3, 2. 2 over from this one, because most veins run at most 2 wide, and so if you do it at this width within Feed the Beast, you're not going to miss out on any ores. Okay, so we've got our turtle put down. You notice I just put in coal in the first spot and torches in the second spot. Reason for that being is, well, I'll show you the program. We've got some things coded in to take advantage of those 2 spots, okay? So, we have a program, and it is called, for some reason, Dig 10. I don't know why I named it this. I have no clue. So, first things first, I want to get into the concept of what a function is, alright? Well, as you can see, the first word in the code that we have today is function. A function is a piece of code that is used, or that is written, that completes some sort of jobs or task that you have, and it can be repeated easily. Instead of having a big chunk of code repeated over and over and over in a program, you can write it once and then just call it by its name and reuse that ability. So let's go in and look at what this function is. Now, a function has a name, and you can pass parameters to it. In this term, we're passing one parameter called int, and our function name is dig tunnel. You'll see below when we call it how it's used. All right, so let's just go line by line through this code. Sorry guys if you don't like this kind of episode, but I really like going over the programming stuff in detail. I think it's helpful. I know I had some issues at first looking at the Lua language and how the turtle programming works, so I want to put this out there to help some people out. So anyway, we set a variable called torch, and we set it equal to 0. Basically, that's saying we're going to use torch as a counter. We're going to keep track of where we are, and we're going to start at 0. So then the next line we have is we begin a loop, and we say while int, which is the variable that we pass in at the beginning of our function, is greater than 0, do the following. Simple enough, right? So we come to our first condition, and our condition has an action involved in it. The action has our turtle detecting up, which is saying is there a block above me? Yes or no, true or false. If there is, which is what this is saying, if detect up is true, then dig up. So if there's a block above me, dig it up. The next section then says if detect down, which is basically the same as detect up, but looking down, then dig down. So if there's a block below me, dig it. And then we have another loop inside of here, and I wrote this to try and handle gravel. It works sometimes. I still need to tweak this part, but what it says is if there is a block in front of me, dig it. Then wait 5 seconds and check if there's another block. If there's another block in front of me, then dig again and wait. That's sort of the loop that goes on. Once there is not a block in front of me anymore, then we're going to exit that loop. And we're going to come down into this condition. And we're going to say, is torch equal to 8? Now, in a condition, when we have two equal signs next to each other, as we do in this line, that means that you're comparing. It doesn't mean that you're setting the value equal to 8. You're saying, does the value inside the variable torch equal 8? If it does, then we want to select the second slot, which we set to torches down here. Okay? And we want to place down a torch. And we want to reset our variable of torch to 0. See, one equal sign here setting the value, two equal signs up here comparing. And basically what this is doing is it's going to allow us to set a torch every 8 blocks that we dig out. Okay, pretty straightforward. Now after that, we are finally going to move forward. And if we move forward, then we want to increment our torch variable, and we want to decrease our int variable. Then we want to close out of that loop and that loop, and close out of our function. So that's what our function's doing. Basically, it is looking up, digging, looking down, digging, looking forward, and digging till there's nothing left. Then we're going to see, have we moved 8 places? If we haven't, we're going to move forward. If we have, we're going to place a torch down. Then we're going to move forward, and then we're going to increment and decrement our variables, and that's it. Pretty straightforward, and what's cool is we can accomplish all of that by just this simple line of dig tunnel with parentheses 48. And now 48 being in those parentheses is basically saying we're setting that int variable to 48, or that's going to be the length of our tunnel. It's going to be 48 blocks. Okay? So the rest of this is pretty straightforward. All we do is we call the function. We tell it to go 48 blocks doing all the stuff we said above. At the end of 48 blocks, we want to turn right. We want to dig 3 blocks. We want to turn right again. And we want to come back 48 blocks. And that's the end of it, guys. So, let's save it, exit out, and tell it to dig 10. And there it goes, guys. Off on its merry way. Collecting us resources while we sit back like a fat cat and do absolutely nothing. Maybe have a snack. Pretty good deal, right? Alright guys, so there is Simon, our little mining buddy. Check out his inventory. He did pretty good. He got some gold, got some nickelite, some emeralds, some various ore. Just cleared it out for him. And then one thing I didn't go over, actually, I have a second program that I wrote called Reset 10. I just sort of stuck with the Dig 10. I don't know why, but this has him turning left. then going forward 3 blocks, and then turning left again. And then down here we have a condition, which this is a very useful API that's built in. Turtle get fuel level. What that does is it checks the internal fuel level of the turtle. Okay? And what I do is I compare that then to the number 100. And I say if the fuel level is below 100, then I want you to select the first. Uh-oh, my mouse isn't working, guys. Alright, hold on. Alright, we got the mouse back. So, anyway, sorry. This condition, if the fuel level is less than 100, then I'm selecting this first spot, which I have the coal in, and I'm refueling by 3. And then I'm just printing to the turtle output screen what the fuel level is, which is pretty straightforward, okay? So save and exit that program, and I just type reset 10. And what that does is just moves him 1, 2, 3, turns him, and he is ready to rock and roll on his next run. And he told me what his fuel level is, 1890. So you can tell, obviously, he doesn't need to. We don't need to worry about that. So yeah, I'm actually what I usually do. Dig 10, let him get at it, right? I take all this stuff and I throw it out on the ground because my bags will pick it up then. And I know this is tedious, guys, but bear with me, okay? And then what we do is we just go down the path that we just dug out, and we get all of the other surface ores that were missed. We have him going down 3 by 3, but obviously what that's going to do is show us all these other ores that are outside of that pattern. Okay? Sometimes you got to take out a torch he puts down, but you know, it's for a good cause right there. We got some emerald or some sapphires out of it. Some gold. And all sorts of goodies. We're going to leave that side, though. Keep going down this path. More Farius. Farius there. Uranium. Emerald. And if you guys wanted to know what level I'm digging at, it is 11. My feet are at 11 right here, okay? We got coal. Okay, so we got all that goodies. Goodies, goodies, goodies. Now, these ends are kind of dark, so I usually plunk down a torch just so that my branch mine stays safe and mob-free. We don't need getting creeped up on by a creeper or a skeleton or something while we're just down here harmlessly mining. So I like to keep my branch mines as safe as possible. And we got those. Here we go. Oh, that's hiding there. You see he already made his way through here, so let's plunk down a torch. Alright, this side looks fairly empty. Oh, what we got here? Lead. I'll take it. Farius met ore there. Got it. And da-da-da! Diamonds! Wow, a lot of diamonds. 4 diamonds. I'll take it. Redstone over here. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Rubies. And level 30. All sorts of good stuff. Alright. Iron. I think you guys get the idea. So anyway, I'm going to finish cleaning up this tunnel. Alright. And I will meet you back out front. We'll go over the strip mine program that I wrote. Okay? Alright guys, we're back. We got tons of stuff. Let's jump right into our second mining technique and mining program, which is strip mining. We have a program written for that as well, and I called it Strip Mine. Makes a lot more sense than the last one, doesn't it? Now, you're going to see a whole bunch of similarities between this and the other program. So I'm going to zip through the function first, and then I'll just show you the little differences down below, okay? So we have a function, again, written dig tunnel, and we're passing the variable int, which is going to be a number. We set a torch variable equal to 0, and we say, while int is greater than 0, do this, okay? So we're detecting down and digging down like we did before. We're not looking up. I decided to keep this at 2 high instead of 3. I don't know why. I just thought it would be better this way. Mostly because when I strip mine, I'm planning on doing one level and then directly below that doing the next level. So it's not necessary to cover a lot of height difference as it is to carry width and length difference. So that's why I stuck to just the digging down and straight ahead. I lengthened the sleep to 1, and I think it works better for gravel now. Gives it actual time to fall and be settled as a full block, so the detection works better. Then we come down and we have we see if there is or if we're ready to place a torch yet by checking if torch is equal to 8 if it is, and then selecting the second spot and setting the torch. And then we're moving forward and incrementing and decrementing our variables. So basically it's pretty much the same except for we're not digging up anymore. Next thing we need to do, we need to worry about our fuel level because we're digging up a much bigger area. Okay, so that's one thing, and then we're just going to be looping through the above function. And so we did this a little bit differently. We have a variable called I. Okay, this is a very important variable. What this is going to be telling us is how big of an area to dig out. Okay, and I'm actually going to change it to 48. And see if this breaks it or not. Okay? What I does, alright, so we have I, we set it to 48. Now we then have n equal to I, so n's going to be 48 as well. And we have a fuel level variable, and we're setting that equal to I times 3 plus 3. Okay, so 48 times 3 is going to be close to 150, and we're going to add 3 to it. So let's call it 150 for right now. So we've got our 3 variables set. What we're going to do, we're going to loop through n while n is greater than 0. Okay? We're going to dig our tunnel I blocks long, which we set at 48. So 48 blocks long. We're going to turn to the right 1. We're going to dig forward 1. We're going to turn to the right again, and we're going to dig back towards us. Then we're going to turn left, forward, left 1. And then we're going to say, okay, now get the fuel level of our turtle. This is the important part, okay? If the fuel level is less than or equal to the fuel level variable that we set above, I want to select the first slot, which is coal, and I want to refuel 3 blocks, or 3 fuel. Alright, so once we have ample fuel, then we go and we see, alright, now is I need the item count for the 16th inventory slot, which is right here. And I say, if that spot is greater than 0, then I need to set n equal to 0, or I need to subtract 3 from 0, or from n. Okay? And now what that does, let's show you again what n is doing. N is our master loop. So if we set n to 0, n is no longer greater than 0, and we'll stop looping through once we have a full inventory. Now, you can make changes to this where you could have a chest where it would go out and it would collect what items it finds into the chest and then resume where it was. That's what I want to get to. I just haven't figured that out yet. So anyway, let's go ahead and save this and exit. And we will go ahead and run our strip mine program. And there it goes, guys. It's digging away. Now, we kind of messed up the aesthetics here of the area because we got all these branch mines. We got it all the way down this side. And then this side's going to have this big old strip mine on the side. But what are you going to do, right? So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and collect these outside valuables, if you will. And I guess we'll just wait and watch this turtle go to work. What do you say? Alright guys, so here comes our turtle coming back to us, as you can see. And I was actually curious about something. I thought I would try it out with you guys. Maybe if we throw this digger's bag in the inventory, if it will use it to actually free up some space here. So let's click into it real quick. Let's take out this and put this in there. I don't think it's going to use it. I think it's just going to take up a spot. See, it's not... Oh well. It was worth a shot. So anyway, one thing we need to do if we want this to run a while is we need to make sure that we clear out its inventory pretty regularly if we want it to clear out a large area. Which, if you're running a strip mine, that's what you usually want to do. So this one isn't as hands-off as the other one, but still, it's pretty good. Again, there's still surface ores that we need to get manually. There's a lot. And mining at this level is great. I did want to give you guys one warning, though. If you're looking for either copper or tin, this is not the place to be. I've actually found myself surprisingly low on copper ore because I've been... Oh, diamonds! Woohoo! Sorry. Because I have been mining down at this level for so long that I haven't found barely any copper whatsoever. So, just a little note to self might be helpful. If you're looking for copper, this is not the place to find it. So anyway, guys, I'm actually going to go ahead and call this an episode. I just wanted to go over the basics of our of some of the programs that I wrote for turtle mining. Like I said, I think they're really helpful. If you guys are interested in seeing the code, you can obviously pause the video. That's a smart ass response. Or you can go ahead and let me know, and I will post the code somewhere. But I need to let me know if you guys are actually interested in that or not. So anyway, my frame rates are going horrible on me. So like I said, we're going to call that an episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned some stuff. Lua and turtle mining and programming writing. So anyway, guys, this has been another episode of Scrotitis Plays Feed the Beast. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for all the support you guys have given me. I really appreciate it. Look forward to playing some more Feed the Beast in Minecraft with you. So we'll see you in the next episode.